welcome light beings to this weekly reading. Light beings, as always, we're gonna set the intention that may this reading bring you clarity, truth, love, healing, and answers to the questions that you have at this moment, okay? And just for this few seconds, just stay with me in the here and the now while we set the intention for this reading. Okay, and we say thank you to our angels and spirit guides for all the love, all the kindness, and all the guidance that they gave us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And as I start doing this reading, my baby cat, Rodrigo, for the ones of you that follow me on Instagram know Rodrigo, he just woke up and he just came here and played. So this also is a sign from the universe that there's an energy here that although you might feel tired, although you might feel beaten down, there's a time to wake up. There's a time to embrace change. And the energy here is very dense. It feels like it's very heavy, like it feels almost, there's an energy here of someone that I just want to quit. I just want to quit on everything. I just need to rest. It's almost like physically, like, you know, when you do a very intense workout and you are like for 3-4 days that your muscles are very sore. There's energy here. I'm very sore. I cannot do any more. I cannot do any longer. However, if you really think about, like, when you do an exercise and it comes with pain and soreness, there's this feeling of accomplishment. There's this feeling that I did something good for my body. What does this mean? This means that this energy is like, although you feel beaten up, although you feel tired, you should be proud of yourself for how far you have come and for everything that you have endured. Some of you, this has to do with work. Some of you, this has to do with life in general. Could also be about a relationship. But we're going to dig deeper and see. You know, actually, before this, I want to see what is this about. And it's very interesting because energy is so intense that it almost made me feel like, oh, I cannot do this reading. I have to stop it. I have to come back later. But this was, I'm lacking words for some reason. And this is okay. In the sense that if you're tired, just take time to rest. You don't have to be all the time explaining yourself or talking. Look, this is where you're going to go. This is where you are about to arrive, actually. With number 28, we have here victory. 28 can be relevant, can also be about the day of the month. There's something significant may have happened or will happen. This is really about waking up the warrior within. And most of the times, if not always, we evolve or we wake up through challenge, through being extremely uncomfortable, right? Because growth, as we know, happens outside our comfort zone. For us to get out of our comfort zone, and we need to become very uncomfortable where we are, and then we can take the risk, because this is the energy. It becomes no longer possible to stand where I am. See, this is where you are, embarking on a new journey. I feel although, you know, this will be different for all of you in the sense that this is about a relationship or this is about a job. Whatever it is, specifically for your situation, if it's a job that you're fed up and you can no longer stand, you will leave and another opportunity will come. If it is a relationship, this is also the same situation. So regardless of what it is, it will influence everything around you. So if it's work, it will influence your relationship because maybe you will move to a different even city. If this is about love, this will also influence your journey. So there's an impact here. I'm just taking a sip of my cappuccino. I am having it's very challenging for me to put in words what I'm seeing and what I'm feeling. And this, it's okay in the sense that maybe it's not so easy for you to express your will or even to understand your will. So maybe some of you are really here like almost quitting on yourselves, almost like, whatever, this is how life is, we cannot have it all, or I don't need to be happy, I don't need to have joy, I just need to remain alive. And this is a very defeated point of view. What you need to know right now is that everything is temporary, including what you're feeling right now, including the challenge that you're going right now. This is also temporary because what is opening here for you within 2 months, it's a big change, it's a journey that will lead you to victory, right? You will, if this is about relationships, you will find relationships that are more satisfactory, that are more about being surrounded with people that speak the language of your soul, so you don't have all the time to be translating or trying to explain yourself. You know, this kind of connections that sometimes we have with friends or partners, that one look tells it all. I just need one look and I know how the person is feeling, and vice versa. And this is the kind of connections that we all crave, right? We don't only crave as human beings to be loved, to be admired, to be accepted, to be understood. Actually, I wanted to say we don't only crave to be loved, but we also crave to be, you know, understood, accepted. And sometimes, above all, we crave to have this kind of understanding with someone else that we don't need to explain. We don't need to put in words, right? Because as human beings, we use words, we use language, but energy is the language. So sometimes in life we have this such beautiful, powerful connections that it's just energy. I can read your energy, you can read my energy, and that's great. This is where this journey is leading you to success, to victory, overcoming whatever you set yourself to overcome in this lifetime. This is a soul journey. Some of you have been gone through maybe the dark night of the soul, which is very unpleasant, is very uncomfortable, but in general, almost always leads to growth and to a better place and to a better understanding of self and everything around. This is very exhausting energy, but it's okay. You will go through it. We have 2 cards with number 50, Spirit of the River, movement towards adventure, and it's almost like the same, but different. We talk about it in a second. And number 18, Eyes of the Eagle, rising above the ray. In the bottom of deck, we have with number 26, gathering around the power of community. And when I was shuffling this card, I also saw the card of community, right? And this is really what I'm talking about, you know, finding your soul tribe, finding the people that speak the language of your soul, or even reconnecting with them. Because sometimes, especially when we are younger, right? When we are in school or high school or university, it's easier to make friends, it's easy to establish connections, because our focus is more in you know, making friends, grow together. And as we grow older, our focus shifts. We also have a little bit more pure heart, and we are more willing to open up to someone and giving them the chance. And as we grow and the world shapes us, we lose a little bit that ability. Not completely, but a bit. So this could also be about going back to the roots and reconnecting with people that you know from childhood. I also feel that whatever this challenge that you are going through is open up your eyes. So some of you have gone through really betrayal, disappointment, and this was what was needed to push you back on track. I feel this is really a lot about stability, about work. This is, for majority of you, is not about relationships in the sense of romance. It's mostly about work or direction that your life was going, and you were losing yourself within the role that you were playing, and this became everything that you are. Okay, let's dig deeper with tarot. It's almost like maybe you have felt that you were successful for a while and suddenly things are changing and it feels like you cannot grab anything, you cannot do anything, and this is because you really need to make a change. We have the Four of Swords. The Judgment is that awakening, that wake-up call, that life change, that finally eyes wide open, that after the dark night of the soul, you're being resurrected, you're being awakened. We have the Two of Wands, the Sun, the Page of Pentacles, the High Priestess, the Ace of Wands, the Ten of Cups, and we have the Ace of Cups. Beautiful energy. In the bottom of the deck we have the Nine of Wands, and then we would have the Empress. So you're really going through a awakening, to a change, to a almost derooting. Okay, almost derooting. You have been maybe even for 4 years in a period of healing. And when we are going through healing, sometimes it feels like nothing is happening, but everything is happening. And then if you look to the past 4 years, you will see how much has happened. That's why you're so tired, because a lot has happened, especially on the spiritual plane, on the mental plane. This is about who you are, your mental perceptions, ideas, thoughts even. Very soon, like I said, within 2 months, and it could be even within 2 weeks after watching this reading, you're going to be given a choice. Which path should I go? And you will have the full clarity how to achieve success, how to achieve victory. Because although you might not see everything, how it will unfold, one thing you know: where I am. And this where I am can be a physical place, or it can be a stage in your life, right? Where I am, I can no longer be. So maybe I will create my own job. Maybe I will... this is something that you're going to do, that you're going to create yourself, okay? Or maybe you keep doing your job and you open something parallel, or maybe you reduce how much you work and you focus on other things. So it's almost the energy of here of a passion that will come to life, or a hobby that will become what brings financial stability. You will really be following your intuition. You will, maybe you have not you were not following your intuition. Maybe you're more pragmatic, or until now you were more following the logic. And our intuition is very logical, okay? Sometimes people don't really understand what intuition is. Intuition is the compass. Intuition knows the way. Intuition is the wisdom of the heart, is the wisdom of the soul. There's nothing but logic there. our concept of it and how we separate ourselves from our heart, how we disconnect from our higher self. This is what creates confusion in thinking that, oh, I cannot trust my intuition. Well, if you cannot trust your intuition, it's because your emotions are not in check. It's because you don't really know who you are. Because intuition has nothing to do with how you feel. In the sense that, I'll give an example. You can really like someone, and this person can be a total jerk, but you still can feel how you feel about this person. Or the opposite, you can truly dislike someone, but this person can be really like a diamond, can be really a nice, loving, kind person. You just don't vibe with them, okay? So understanding intuition is understanding what you feel and how you feel and why you feel like that. I hope I'm making myself clear. Because this could be a whole video about intuition. We could talk about this for weeks, for months even. This is about following intuition without being charged or triggered by your own emotions, okay? This is about achieving emotional maturity. Our emotions are something wonderful, and we can use them to create, to manifest even, right? But when they are imbalanced, or even worse, when we really shut them down, we are creating disease in our life instead of being at ease. What is going on with this group that I'm connected today, huh? I mean, if this resonates with you, you tell me, because this is I'm very interested and curious and happy to read your comments. You need to learn to follow your passion. You need to learn to follow your passion. And trust your intuition, trust yourself, trust your qualities. Just really trust and believe that you came here to find emotional fulfillment and satisfaction and harmony. Okay, I'm going to take here a final card. I have two. With number 7, breathe in, practice breath work today. And this is so amazing. Like, if we just focus for a few seconds, if we can, minutes, in our breathing, in the breathe in, pause, breathe out, pause, and this cycle of breathing, right, with this vital energy of life that we're constantly doing, but we never, some of us never pay attention to the breathing cycle. Just breathe in, breathe out, and see how amazing that is, how amazing that feels, and how calming that is. And be present, find clarity in the moment. You will have all the clarity that you need because your eyes are being open. Your eyes are wide open. And you needed to go to this challenge. You needed to go through whatever this challenge is. There's going to be clarity here. There's going to be a choice that is given, and you will change the course. It's almost like, okay, now I have to start living. I have to start living my life. I have to be present. And maybe for some of you, this has to do with a lot of notions of what success is. And you allowed success to be defined by society. And now you're defining what success means for you, because success means something different for all. For some people, just the fact that they can breathe, I'm already successful, I can breathe. Because not all of us can just simply breathe, unfortunately. For some, the fact that you have 2 hands that can wash each other and together they wash your face, it's already wonderful. Many people cannot do that. And for some, success is about having a great car, a great home, what it seems to be a great relationship, and perfect kids. There's no such thing as perfect kids. There's no such thing as perfect, right? So you need to understand what success means for you without attaching the perception of what others have about you, about your life. because that's all that is perception. The same that we have about other people's, we perceive them as happy or not or successful according to our own perception. You define what success means for you and you live according to it. And this is a big change that is happening in your life, okay? So I hope this reading helped. If it did, I'll be very happy to read your comment. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. If you'd like a personal reading, I will leave my email down below. Thank you, and I'll see you soon.